Hello, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Sunday today. Thank you, everyone who tuned in today. Right, it's a Sunday, so we'll be a bit chillax lah. All right, today. Today we sharing this topic called Facebook page enhancement and algorithm 2021. Okay, it's a very interesting topic because I don't think we share this on our Solidarity Beyond 2021 platform before. So it's gonna be very exciting, and I was told it's gonna take about 2 hours time. All right, it can be quite technical, but don't worry because our trainer is very experienced and very engaging. So the trainer told me that this is gonna be very an interactive session. So don't worry. Okay, so those who are new here, okay, to just join us, do register yourself. Your registration is highly appreciated. And for your information, this platform Solidarity Beyond 2021 is brought to you by us in solidarity of three agencies, namely CBD Properties, Esprit Estate, and Profile Property. Okay, all right. Do like us our page and also share the page to all your fellow colleagues, your co-agents as well. Okay, because this is definitely going to be beneficial to every one of them. Okay, so for those who are here today, I'm sure that you have followed us on this Facebook page already. So if you have not joined our community page, like our private group, our WhatsApp group, and also follow on our Instagram, please do so. Okay, and also we have YouTube channel whereby all our recorded session, all right, is posted there as well. So if you have missed out certain topics that you are very interested in, do go to our YouTube to check out all our recording. Yeah. Okay. Now let's go to the house rule. Okay. As usual, this chat we keep it clean, keep it straightforward to the topic. All right. If you want to ask questions, you are very much welcome to do so. Yeah. So no Zoom bombing, no advertisement, no share of listings, just questions to the topic. Or if you have questions to ask the trainer, please do so. All right. Put it in the chat box. Our speaker will answer your questions. All right. Okay. Let me introduce the speaker of the day. All right, Mr. ST, okay? Mr. ST will be sharing on this topic called Facebook Page Enhancement and Algorithm 2021. Okay, let me give you some background of ST, all right? ST is a certified trainer and an active practitioner in social media marketing, yeah, who obtained his advanced degree in business management from Trinity University and College in Dublin, all right? And he has over 12 years of work experience in digital marketing. And throughout his career, he had worked closely with several major brands such as Facebook APAC, Microsoft Southeast Asia, Great Eastern, and Trung Nguyen Coffee, and etc. All right, now he served as a mentor to help small and medium enterprises, as well as entrepreneurs who amplified their brand through Facebook and Google marketing. So as you can see, he is a specialist in social media, more specifically in Facebook and Google marketing. Okay, before I introduce ST, can you type Solidarity 2021 in the comments group? All right, let's see some feedback here, some interaction here. Solidarity 2021 hashtag put in the comment, and also do share this page out. Yeah. Okay, ST, can I test your mic? Are you there?
Hello. Good afternoon. Can you hear me, Terence?
Yeah, all good. Fantastic. It's clear.
Great. Thank you for this opportunity here to share with your colleagues and also your participant here. So I'm happy to share about it, but I believe most of them are real estate negotiator. So I'll stick to my topic to real estate negotiator only. So that would be a better value for them, and also that will help them better to understand how to actually use social media to market themselves, to brand themselves. All right, Terence?
Okay, all good. So the floor is yours. Take over, ST.
All right, thank you, guys. Okay, thank you, Terence. Okay, thank you for those who actually attended today training here. Okay, today will be like softly close to 2 hours time. I believe we can actually take a break after an hour. But of course, if you do have any question regarding to Facebook social media marketing here, today is more solely on Facebook page enhancement and algorithm. Of course, when we want to start up marketing and social media sharing in Facebook here, the first thing we need to do about to understand how this Facebook works for us. Yeah. All right, I'm going to give you a quick sharing on the page here. I've created a mock page. Probably you just have to pay attention on the screen and see where I execute all this setting here. Because at the end of the section here, I will actually give out a handbook to every one of you here. But I'll pass it to Terrence, then they will distribute it to you. The most important, please do register yourself. So at least we know who actually attended, who actually needs the handbook. Yeah. Okay. If you guys are ready, can I get a one on a chat box first to make sure everyone is ready to actually go through the whole training here? Can I get a one on the chat box? Yeah, a simple one on the chat box. So at least I know you are there. You are ready to actually go through the whole training. Yeah. Can I get a one on the chat box here? Okay, let me share you a window. All right, fantastic, guys. Okay, right. As you can see here, this is a mock page actually. Now, basically, in Facebook, we have been using it for our social life. Okay, it's more on our personal usage to our friends and family. But when it comes to business here, there's something that we need to know also before we actually start off a Facebook page. Now, creating a Facebook page is not that hard. Now, those who have not have a Facebook page before, the handbook itself at the end of the section will guide you through how to actually create it. All right. So to have a Facebook page is a must when you talk about businesses, because we cannot always use our personal account to share with our friends and family only, because we need to actually engage more people out there in social media. Now, to be honest with you, in Malaysia here, there's a total of 32 million. Actually, it's a whole population of Malaysian are actually engaging in Facebook here. Now, you need to find ways to engage with all these people. First, you must have a Facebook page. Now, when you have a new Facebook page here, there are some certain setting needs to be tweaked to actually adjust it back to your industry here. Now, I'm only talking about more on real estate industry here, because there's a lot different ways to actually change the whole Facebook setting to a different industry. Now, today is more on real estate. We're going to stick to real estate only. Yeah. Now, once you get a Facebook page, there's exactly something like this. It looks exactly the same like how's your normal profile, but it will be a little bit different compared to others. Yeah. Okay. So once you have your Facebook page here, when you start to actually try to grow businesses in your Facebook page, the first thing you need to look into is your setting first. Okay. There will be a setting on your left hand side here. Okay, right click on that setting. Now there's a lot of things there need to be readjusted again, because Facebook actually changed a lot of settings due to 2021. So we need to actually have to readjust it back to our own usage here. Okay, now the first thing you need to do some changes here is on the visitor post. Now if you can see here on general here, there's something called visitor post here. Now, if you can see here, it shows you that everyone can publish to the page. So anyone can add photos and video to the page. Now, is this appropriate to you? If it's appropriate to you, it says no, give me a 2 on the chat box. Yeah, I want to make sure that you guys are seeing this. Do you think that we should let anyone else to actually post something on our page? Yes or no? If it's no, give me a 2. If it's yes on the 1. Yes or no, guys? Yeah. Should we actually allow anyone to actually post something on our page first? Right? Is it no, right? Because why? We are the only one can actually post our page. If you, let's say everyone also can post on our page, what will happen? Your page will become like jumble up, rojak, we call that. Okay. So we don't want that to happen, because by default, every single page right now is actually set to all these settings. So you have to really make sure you do all these settings here. Okay. But you don't have to do it right now, because as I mentioned, there will be a handbook to guide you through end of the section. So today is more on showing you how I do this setting here. So by the end of the section here ends, you have a handbook. You can actually take your time. You're free, log into your Facebook, create that page, or you already have a page, do the setting itself. Yeah. Make sure go here, check under disable post by other people. We don't want that other people to post something on our page, because this page belongs to us. That means we have the control of it. We must have a full control of this. Yeah. Okay, choose that one. Okay, the next thing we need to do is tagging ability here. Now, this is the things that we need to adjust. The rest is just default. It should be good, optimized. The one that we need to pay attention, the next one is the tagging ability here. Now, this one here, we need to do some adjustment because it says here, only people who help manage my page can tag photo posted on it. That means only me, myself can tag the photo. Now imagine that let's say your friends, your family, or your colleague, or maybe someone who actually follow your page, that he wants to share more information to their cycles of friends. All right, if you don't allow that to happen, he cannot even tag a single thing. So here you must make sure allow everyone to tag photos and videos that you publish on your page. This is very important to help you to expand your network. Okay. Right, then we move on to the next thing here. Now, and the next thing here is under page moderation. The page moderation is it's absolutely a good tool here from Facebook here. Now, there are certain things that we don't want it to have, the certain words that we don't want it to be exposed or maybe published in our page. Now, some words we call it a negative word. No matter how it combines, right, it looks negative to the whole sentence here. Now, any one of you do knows what sort of negative works for you in your industry? Can anyone give me some ideas what sort of negative words that you find that is not appropriate or actually not actually appealing to your page? Anyone knows what sort of negative words that we should actually avoid that to happen on your page? Got it? Not? If God, you let me leave me on the chat box here, at least we know that okay, these are the few words that we can take into consideration. Yeah. Now for my part here in Facebook, normally the worst thing of all we don't want to see is this word here, refund. Yes or no? Right, we don't want anything this come to actually affect our page here. Now sometimes the people say like, hey, can you give me my refund? Can you give back me my refund? Hey, yeah, okay, how long is my refund coming in? Because this will actually affect the next audience reading about a comment or maybe in the reviews on your post itself. And these are the people who actually troll you. You know, some of them is a social media is public to everyone, so we don't want this to actually affect another audience who look into the post that we have posted. So these are all the negative words here. Like refund is one of the negative words. It's a very common word that has been used in the public because when they feel frustrated, they will actually search for you in Facebook and then they leave all this bad comment to you. So we don't want this word to actually appear in our post. Because why? Facebook will actually, when he saw these words appear in the post itself, he will automatically help you to hide it out. Okay, sometimes when we're too busy, we cannot manage our page. Okay, Facebook will try to help us in a certain way. Yeah. So refund, discount, yes, I think it should be okay, discount. So the words that's really negative, like words called, we call it as something fraud. Okay, there's some people thinks that you are cheating them. These are the words that we don't want it to appear to another public. Like these are the few common things that actually gets a lot of negative feedback from it. Okay, now I mean cheap discount is okay, below market value is okay because people tend to write on this slide here is okay with that. But most important, these are the common negative word that affects your pitch a lot. Based on impression, like people say that these people are not professional, things like that. Okay, you can actually put in the word unprofessional. Okay, these are the words that negative. No matter how they combine it, it's actually a negative word. Yeah. Now even emoji also can be done. Okay, emoji like you can see all these mad faces here. You can add it in. Okay, and then someone who actually spoke about vulgar language here, you can actually add it in. Or the one that the most common one, the universal hand sign here, the middle finger here, you can add it in as well. Even foul language, you don't want it to appear on your page, it can be done. Yeah. Okay. So there's a lot of words you can actually add in from time to time. If you think about it, you can actually come into this setting here on general. Under page moderation, you can add in the word. Now in Malaysia here, we have three different type of languages here. So really good luck to you, okay? Because basically you have to can type in Bahasa Melayu, or you can type in Chinese, or you can type in English yourself, okay? Once it's done, you just save it here. Okay, now this will actually avoid all these people who typing all this word here. Whenever he type all this word here, automatically the post at comment, anything that these people type will actually be hide away, so the next audience won't actually see them. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. Okay, we go to the next one here. Profanity filter. Now, profanity filter here, this is a must. Okay. Now, previously we don't need this. There's a lot of level on this, but this is a must for everyone because due to a certain some of the issue right now have been arise is like politic issues, like COVID issues, and then all this sex harassment issue or discrimination issue or religion issue here. Now these people here tends to actually post something out of the topic. When you posted something on your pages or property site, then some of them came in and talk about non-property thing, right? We cannot stop them from posting this, but you can actually use a profanity filter to filter them out. If let's say the post do not relate to what they actually posted, the post will be hide away from Facebook. So profanity filter must be turned on for your page itself to avoid any of these people who post unnecessary thing or things that don't relate to your page itself. Yeah. Okay, make sure you do that. Yeah. Save changes. Now we come to the next one here. Now this is very crucial. I hope everyone paying attention on this one here. Similar page suggestion. Okay, when we click on this here, okay, what it says here includes home recommendation. That is my page name, where I recommend similar page people who might like on the Facebook page. Now this is simple saying that now if someone like me as a negotiator, I've created a page for my property and my listing to actually hope I can get some sales out of Facebook here. And then at the same time, Facebook also will promote other pages on my page itself. Now that means that someone come into my page, then they will see other pages similar like mine, also a property page, like negotiator page. Now let me ask here, is it good to actually expose other negotiator page on our page itself? Yes or no? If it's yes, give me a 1 on the chat box. If it's no, give me a 2 on the chat box. Now, this is I want something from you. Okay. Is it appropriate or not? Is it good or not to actually have some other agent page to expose in my page here? Yes or no? Yeah, if yes, it's a 1, no, it's a 2. Okay. How many of you actually go for 1? How many of you go for 2 here? Okay, Marianne go for 1, Brian 2. Okay, with Brian another 1, Frank we have 2 here. Right, for us it's actually, to be honest, no. It's a big no lah. Although it is good to expose it, but then we don't want to actually share with other negotiator. Not saying that we are selfish. It's because the page itself, we are actually helping ourselves to brand out to the audience. But we don't want Facebook to help other pages to brand it on our page itself. We don't want that to happen. But because this is only applies to a page, we have a different purposes, like NGO page, like those who are not profitable community. So they need more network. So that one I can say yes, because why? The more other NGO that actually expand to each other, the better to actually help the public and society. Now for us here, it's more like we want to brand ourselves. Why we will brand for someone else, even though they are colleague or maybe they are friends in your same industry, but we still do not want to brand other negotiator, right? Because in case people come into your page, they see something on your page, then suddenly he saw the other page looks much more interesting. Then he will actually from your page they'll hop into their page. So it becomes redundant. Whatever marketing we are doing, we're actually not doing it well for our own self. Here, you must actually exclude it. Remember, every single page, whatever I show you here, this is a new page setting. Even though your existing page setting, please look into it, whether it's check or uncheck. If it's checked, please make sure uncheck it. Okay, this is very important because we don't want to market other negotiator, right? Not saying that we are selfish, it's just that we don't want to do it at all. Okay, all right. So once we're done with this, then we move on to the next thing here on page updates. Now, page update here, this is where Facebook actually posts every single thing, even though you do some adjustment on your about here, because we don't want the page to be too spammy. So this one you need to uncheck it. Yeah. So anything you do on your about, on your setting here, then you won't eventually come into a post, right? So uncheck it and save changes here. All right, once we're done with that, then we come to the next one here. Post in multiple languages. Okay, Malaysia here, we have 3 types of languages. If you are Chinese, you can use 3 types. Yeah. Now, if you, let's say you're Malay, you can use English and you can use BM here. Now, for my own opinions, you can actually put it yes. Okay, my own opinion here for the page here. Now, I want you to understand, when we start to post something in our page, we are trying to brand ourselves to the market. Okay, so when trying to brand ourselves in the market here, always use the language you are comfortable with. Now, let's say if I'm comfortable with English, so I'm going to make sure my whole page here is only English driven. articles or English driven posts itself. There will not be any Chinese, there will not be any Malay, because why? You want to make sure your page is like a channel. So if your page is like a channel, that means you always spoke on the same languages that you are seeing it from beginning until the end. Because like it's the same concept of how people actually sees you, how people actually follow you in terms of your own style, in terms of the way you're writing it, in terms of the language that you're using it. Now, if let's say you are very strong in Bahasa Melayu or Chinese, then stick to that language. Don't mix it up, because when you mix it up, right, your audience will tends to be confused of what you're trying to express, what you're trying to deliver. Now, let's say Monday I see your post is in English, then Tuesday I saw your post is in Bahasa Melayu, then Wednesday I saw your post is in Chinese, then Thursday I saw your post in English again. So it's like a mixed up of languages, right? Like same thing like when you listen to a radio itself. In the radio, like let's say you listen to Hits FM, everything will be in English. It can be the next day here you become a Bahasa Melayu channel, right? So it will suddenly you feel like, hey, am I on the wrong channel here? So make sure when you post something, now this is my own opinion for a page here, but I think this opinion here should be everyone should apply it for every single industry, especially real estate industry also. You apply it on your own way of writing something on your page. If you are strong in English, use everything in English. Now once in a blue moon, it's okay to use other language, but if you're strong in that language, use that languages. Yeah. Okay. So everyone clear with this? If you are clear with this, can I get a one on the chat box? Because I want to make sure you're clear with this first before we move on to the next things. Yeah. All clear on the languages here? That means when you started off the page, your page should always stick to one language. Don't go jump to another language. Yeah. If you are strong in that language, always use your page for that language. Don't actually jump from BM to English and to Chinese. Let's say saya bagus dalam bahasa Melayu, yeah, stick to bahasa Melayu sahaja. So I'm strong in English, I stick in strong in English only. Okay. So don't change your channel. It's just like a channel for your audience to see. Because each of us have a group of audience who like us, who actually love to work with us, who actually love the way we share. So we only need to build that audience. We don't need other audience who have all this negativity coming to us. It's okay. So we build it on our own audience only. Yeah. Okay. Both multiple language is allowed to open, but I ask you to stick to one. Yeah. Okay. The next thing here we need to change here. All right. So it's content distribution here. Download to Facebook is allowed. Okay. We need to prohibit it because we don't want people to download all these materials that we uploaded in Facebook here. Okay. You make sure you prohibit it. That means people who actually come to your page here, they can only share. You don't let them to download. Okay. Now this is only happens to those who are videos that you have uploaded. Yeah. Picture, no control. Unfortunately, picture there's no control. They can download it. But if video wise, you don't want it to be downloaded by anyone else, okay? You don't leave any download button for them to download. You want them to share because video is one of the deal breakers in Facebook here. This is something I will emphasize more on after our break. Why you say video is good, because I can tell you video is a deal breaker on Facebook here. All right. So content distribution, download to Facebook is not allowed. Make sure you check on that. Yeah. Okay. Now we have done the whole general setting here. So these are the default setting. We actually tweak it back to real estate negotiator, tweak it back to our real estate industry as well. So always go back and check it here. Don't do it right now because I have a handbook. I will share it with Terence later. Then he will share it with you. Yeah. Okay, now we move on to the next things here. Okay, the next one here you need to look into is your page info here. Okay, page info here is normal setting. You can actually adjust it yourself. These are very straightforward. I won't go through too much. But if you have that information, key in yourself. Yeah, make sure you key all this information, as many as possible. Yeah, then you move to your template. Now, normally template here, I can say sometimes people will give you in business. Some of them will actually give you in standard. So if let's say you're really new, or your new page here, he'll give you something called current template standard. Okay. Now in current template standard here, there's a lot of tabs going on your page. Now all this here, these tabs here, some are necessary, some are not necessary. But if you are really new in Facebook, now though you have used it before, but let's say we take it as a new page and you are still learning it new, now I'm going to divert to help you to push it to the right direction here. Okay. So here is home. make sure your photo come first. No matter what, this can be adjust one. Okay, I can see I pull up and down, it can be adjusted. Photo come first. Second thing, the third thing will be your videos, then only your abouts. Okay, the rest of this step here, I would suggest if you are new, turn it off. You do not need them on your page, because why? The less step you have on your page, the better focus they will focus on the things that you try to explain to them. They will focus on the message you try to deliver to them. Okay, now always photo come first, videos about, and the rest is all the way to the back. Yeah. Now, if you are negotiator who look for recruitment, you actually want to expand your business, you want to expand your group, you can actually leave the job open here. Otherwise, you have to turn it off and make sure it's just only the basic things that applies on your page. Now, why I wanted this all basic things to come in your page, if you can see on your page itself, okay, now basically in your page here, it will actually show you that is your page here. You can see on the top here, right? Basically, right, these are the photos, videos, and about, because we want this to be here. Okay, the main thing to be here before is click on see more. So this is where the public can see them. Okay, photo must come first. Now, why I want to say photo come first, I'll explain more on that. Yeah. Okay, now we move on to the next one here, then templates, then we move to notification. Now, notification also we need to do some adjustment. Not all notification we want to receive it on our phone and in our computer. For the page itself, basically the important one we want it only. The one is less important, we can actually check it at the end of the day when we are free. Yeah. So what's the important one? We scroll all the way down here. These are the things that we don't need to click anything, just leave it there. You click show more, there's a lot of notification coming in from your page here. Now for us, we are really getting bombarded from our friends and family. Sometimes they send us information, then we got a bell here, we have to check it again and so on. All right, so the only thing we want for the page is new message, new page mention, and new post comment. Okay, the rest you can turn it off. Now, why did I say to turn it off? Because these are the notification we don't have any further action to take. Now, let's say someone like your page, you have no other action further you can take to actually engage with them or talk to them. Okay, so we don't need this to be actually important notification. We can leave it one side, then we can actually check it later. So most important is news post comment. If someone actually commented on your post, it will give you that notification. Now, someone mentioned about you or page in somewhere else, then it also give you that notification. That means someone tag on your page. Okay. Now, if you receive a message to your inbox, now this is also important because these three here, there's something you can do follow-ups. Okay. So that is a reason why we need to actually turn on the importance one. Yeah. The rest we leave it out. So we have less hassle on having all this information coming in one page itself. Then which one is important, which one is not important. Then we actually forget about it. Yeah, just only keep the important part. Yeah. So we move on to the next thing here. Okay, page row. Okay, page row. Normally, when you created a page, you are the only person who owns the page here. Now, previously is okay because that time Facebook don't have much of policy going on, so your page, your account is still actually quite safe to use it. But in 2021 here, Facebook tends to actually strengthen up their policy. When they start to strengthen up their policy, your account also may be on risk when you try to share a lot in other group, or you try to do something, or you post something regarding to a sensitive issue which you unintentionally have done it, then your account might get banned from Facebook. Yeah. All right, so instead of having one admin, have two admin on your page here. Right, how to have two admin on a page is just that changing this editor role to admin, then add someone that you can trust. Okay, someone that you can trust. It could be your manager, or it could be your team leader, or it could be your family that you can trust, your wife or your husband and so on. Now let's say none of them you can trust, you can only trust yourself. It's okay to open up an account again for yourself only. That means you can have two account of you yourself here to actually add it into your page. Now, why I want you to add two admin on your page? Now, this is actually to help you something. In case of one account is was banned by Facebook, at least the other account is still own this page itself. Now, imagine you are the only admin who holds a page here. Then, if anything happens to your account here, your whole page will actually disappear itself. You cannot get back the ownership from Facebook. All right, that is a worst case scenario. So you must have at least two admin. Yeah, minimum two. You can have more than one, you can have more than two, you can have more than three is okay, but minimum two admin. Yeah, how to add is actually add in the name. Let's say I type in myself again. Okay, then I add. Then he require you to put a password that will be your login password. Okay, then you submit it. Then you will actually receive a invitation. Then you actually log into the account, accept the invitation. Then he become an admin on the page here. All right. So that means you have two admin in one page. In case anything happen to this account, Facebook block the access. You cannot log in. At least you have another admin still controlling this page here. Because why? When you do your page, it takes time, it takes effort. All the contents and all the people who have followed your page, it really takes time to build a page one. It's not like how we do it on 2020 or 2019. Those are the old days of doing a page. But in 2021 here, there's a certain things you need to do for a page to help you better in your marketing. Yeah, to help you better how you use the social media to do your marketing here. Yeah, two admin at least. Yeah, all got it. If all got it, give me a one on the chat box. Yeah, I want to make sure everyone knows about this. This is very crucial. Everyone knows it, noted it. Just give me a one on the chat box. Yep. Okay, now we move on to the next thing here. Okay, right. So next thing here, page, people and other page. Now this is also another important thing. Yeah. Now for new page here, so it's okay for those who are using existing page. Now this is somewhere you need to focus and look into. Page and people and other pages is when you have a page, people start to follow you on your page, and people start to actually look into your page and what sort of content you share. They will follow you. So all these people who follow you and like your page, you have to make sure they are your potential audience. The potential audience means the prospect. They can actually buy a property that you can sell. So you make sure they are all these people. Simple say that you keep most of them are Malaysian. Whether they are Asian or not Asian itself is okay. Most of them are Malaysian. I can say you can have 100% Malaysian, have it all 100% Malaysian. Why? Because if you actually accepted a foreigner, let's say for example in Malaysia we have few type of foreigner. One is a high class one, the other one is a little bit low class. So let's say the low class one is in between of Bangladeshi or Indonesian. So you don't want all these people who actually follow your page. Why? In the future, if you run advertisement, if you have all this information here to show to Facebook, Facebook will first thing will look into people who follow your page. Okay, if let's say your page got a lot of Bangladeshi and Indonesia who follow your page, right? So Facebook will also show this advertisement to this kind of audience. That's the reason why sometimes some of you actually have run an ads before. How come no matter how you execute them, you will also actually can show this advertisement to them because you actually choose to have them in your page here. Okay, make sure you do a cleanup for your page. This is from time to time you need to do cleanup one. So how to actually clean up? Just to actually go in and check, see. I mean, you have to stalk them to see whether they are Malaysian or not. Let's see. We click on here. See, okay, they are Malaysian here. So I think this is okay. Let's see. Okay, this is also Malaysian here. This is okay. Then we move on to something else. If let's say they are not Malaysian, what you need to do? Click on this button here. Click on the gearbox here. Now instead of remove, just ban them. You have to show no remorse at all. Ban them. Okay, when you click ban them, what will happen? This will actually goes into your ban list. Then Facebook will also check your ban list to see what kind of people you don't want them to follow your page. So in the future, when you do advertisement, right, Facebook will have a set of data. So these are the potential clients who follow a page. These are the potential people that you want to ban from your page. That means they will try to avoid showing your advertisement to those you do not want them to see. Yeah. So make sure you have to do all this cleanup. Now, for those who have existing account here, for existing page, you have a lot of likes, right? So really good luck to you to actually do a cleanup here because it will take a lot of time to clean up. So if you have a new page here, then it's okay. From time to time, you have to clean it. If you don't clean it, what will happen? Then your whole page here will have a mixture of Bangladeshi, Indonesian, and locals itself. Make sure you clean up your page. This is very important when it comes to advertisement on your page here. All clear? If everyone clear, give me a 2 on the chat box. Yeah, this one is very crucial for your advertisement. So because right, this one here is basically will affect your whole advertisement here. Whatever ads you are running, if you have a group of people are non-potential in your Facebook page here, this will affect your whole advertisement. No matter how you do a cleanup here, this will affect everything. That's why we need to do a cleanup here. Yeah. Okay. Right, but when you ban them, they won't get notification. Don't worry, just ban them. It's just like our friends. We unfriend our friend, they won't get any notification. We block our friend, he won't get any notification unless that friends remember you. He finds you, cannot find you, then he knows that you block him. Yeah. Now, how to see whether these people are blocked or banned? It shows here. Now, can see here. But you can actually release them. So in the future, maybe let's say in Malaysia, that people in Bangladesh and Indonesia can buy property in Malaysia at the same price. So we have that news. So we can actually release it. How to release them is actually click here. Okay, click the gearbox, unban them. So banning them is actually show a data to Facebook saying that these people you don't want them to see, right? That's the reason why we need all this information here to actually engage with Facebook. Okay, when I refresh it, all these people who like my page actually comes out back again. Remember, when you unban them, you actually allow these people to come back to follow your page. Yeah. Okay. So we move on to the next thing here. So the last one here is WhatsApp. Now, some of you may have this system, some of you may not have all the system here. If you have the same format and layout that I have here, that means you have to do exactly what I'm doing here for the whole 30 minutes here. Yeah, because these are the things you need to do. If you have not changed anything here, that means you have to wait for Facebook to update your layout, because each of us have a different account of registration. So Facebook will take time to actually upgrade the whole account here. Now you have the same thing here. Coincidentally, you have a WhatsApp section here. Now this one you need to actually key in your WhatsApp number. Okay, that's very important because there are a few campaigns are actually using WhatsApp business and WhatsApp button here. Okay, we have two type of WhatsApp in use right now. One is the normal WhatsApp, one is the WhatsApp business here. Okay, so can I know how many of you are actually using this icon here, WhatsApp business, the one with a B, yeah, the one that you can use your what you call that auto reply, and also you can label them. You actually can showcase your property listing on your product list. Okay, any one of you are using this? If you are using this, give me a 3 on the chat box here. I want to know how many of you are using a WhatsApp business here. Okay, how many of you using a WhatsApp business here? The B one, the B icon. Yeah, the B icon. We have two type of WhatsApp here actually. Yeah. Okay, some of you have, okay, most of you are using it. Good. Okay, now for those who have not used a WhatsApp business here, I will highly recommend you and strongly hope that you can actually change your normal WhatsApp to WhatsApp business here, right? By doing that, you need to download the WhatsApp business app. Then you, from your WhatsApp business app, you need to key in your contact number to export everything from your WhatsApp, normal WhatsApp to WhatsApp business. Okay, why I want you to do that is because WhatsApp business is a new WhatsApp that allow you to do advertisement. For normal WhatsApp, it's not allowed anymore. It's only for casual use or personal use. Only WhatsApp business or for business purposes. Now, but there's a downside of doing that because some version are quite old. Let's say if your API is quite old version here, you may encounter that you will lose out all the history, the chat history that you have on your normal WhatsApp. Now that is the only downside of it. Okay. Now let's say you have a lot of important stuff, a lot of important follow-ups that you have, that you want to save it first offline before you do the export. Yeah. Otherwise, you will lose out all the chat history. They may have encountered that before. Yeah. Now, if you can, try to change it to that, because this will actually help you on your whole advertisement here, right? In the future, when you want to start using Facebook as an advertisement platform, that is where you need to have a WhatsApp business. Now, to key in the WhatsApp business button, very simple. Put in the contact number. When you continue here, then eventually it will ask for a code through your WhatsApp here. All you need to do is just key in the code. Okay, then you click confirm. Then basically Facebook asks you whether you want to add a button on your page itself. Just add that button. Okay, then you just skip it. You don't want to create any post. Eventually, this whole WhatsApp thing will actually set up in your page itself. Now, how it's set up in your page? When you go back to your page here, let me refresh on this page here. Then you'll be able to see there's a WhatsApp button on top of here. So in the future, when you start to run advertisement here, Facebook actually allow you to do a certain campaign to actually allow people straight away WhatsApp you to acquire some of your property here. Yeah. Okay, remember on that. So this is very, very important. I have a WhatsApp business. If can do it, but that is a downside. You have to consider whether you're willing to lose the chat history. It's a 50-50. I won't say everyone of you will lose it, but there is a chance to lose it if your API version is a bit older compared to the newest one. Yeah. Okay. Okay, once you're done with that, so that is the whole setting you need to do on your page setting. Yeah, the rest of it you have to leave it as default because there's nothing much that we can do on our site here regarding to real estate industry. So these are the few things that you need to apply on your page here. Okay, so any question that anyone wish to ask here, further question that you wish to ask, leave it on the chat box. At least from there, I can actually help you and can actually help you to explain it better. Any question before we move on to the next chapter here? All good. Leave me a question here. If you have question to ask, leave it on the chat box. At least I can try to answer it as many as possible. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we move on to the next chapter. Yeah. Okay. So once you're done with that, go back to your page here. Okay. Now I'm going back to my page here. I'm done with page setting. So the next thing I need to adjust right now is my inbox here. Okay, now inbox very important. So you can actually automate some of the chat here for your page purposes here. Because when you start doing your posting in your page, that's where start people will coming into your page and visit and explore. Of course, you need to set up some automate responses here, so where they can actually engage with you better. Yeah? Okay, now I want you to go to automate responses here. Okay, now so there are a few things here you need to adjust here. First thing will be the instant reply and the frequent ask question here. These two are very important for your page setup here. Now on instant reply here, you need to make sure it's turned on. Okay, you scroll all the way down here, there's a button called edit message here. Click on that. Now here, I want you to also change the text here, to change all the text here and include something we call WhatsApp link here. Okay, if any one of you not sure to use any sort of WhatsApp link, I'm going to give you a simple one here. Okay, let's say I put a simple one. There's a lot of link out there. You can actually use it. These are one of the simple one, very straightforward one. You can put it in. Let's say I put it in like this. Okay, let's say hi admin. Okay, just click on that, get a link here. Okay, in a handbook, I will also share you all this link here. You can actually use it for your own good here. All right, then maybe you just have to change a bit here. All right, let's say you can put something here. Okay. a The reason why we're doing here is actually to help you to get people to engage with you through your WhatsApp. The reason why we want to do all this is people, you want them to actually straight away engage with you through the WhatsApp, right? Once you're done with this, then you save your changes here. So you actually put it out here, then people can actually WhatsApp you through your instant reply. And then frequent ask question, you also need it to be done here on this side here. So let's say you also need to go here, click on here, make sure you highlight on frequent ask questions, yeah? Then you edit the message, you can ask questions here. So this is for people to actually ask you certain questions. Now, what is the most common question people will ask you in real estate industry here? Anyone can give me some idea here? Okay, what's the frequent question that people will ask you in your industry? What's the most common question people will ask? Right, leave it on the chat box here. At least I know which one that you are using it most of the time. Yeah, so at least we can share some idea to the rest of the negotiator, to the rest of the colleagues that you wanted to help them. So a frequent question. So frequent question is like something that people will ask you. I want to buy a property from you. Okay, I want to let's say hi, I'm an owner. Okay, can you help? Okay, so these are frequent question. Maybe they want you to help to sell the property here. All right, so make sure you also add in the text, the automated text that actually text to them. And then make sure you add a button as well. The buttons actually shows them that can actually eventually WhatsApp you immediately. Okay, what you should you put it here? You should actually use your WhatsApp link. Yeah, your WhatsApp link, put it here. So at least when people ask question, so they can actually straight away WhatsApp you. Then when they WhatsApp you, eventually you got their contact number. You can follow up with them offline without going back to Facebook, back and forth to actually get things like that. Yeah, can nego. Yes, there are certain things you can put it in, like location. Maybe you say I want to buy a property from you. Okay, questions, things like that, or I want to actually speak with your negotiator. Okay, I'll speak to your agents. Okay, so these are the common question people will ask you. But normally, I will always say go for something that quick quick solution to them. Like you can just say thank you. Can we get your contact number for further arrangement? If the person is really in needs, they will definitely give you the contact number. Okay. So if you, let's say the person is very casually, they don't need this, the 50-50 like that. So that is not the people that we actually try to push it to get their contact. No, some of them are really in needs, they need help. That is where we actually offer the help. Yeah. Because we want a quick solution also, because we cannot always sit in front of a computer always managing our accounts here. We actually need to put a certain button for them to engage with you through a WhatsApp. So that's the fastest way to do it. Okay, you can still add more questions here. Maybe you say I'm an agent here. Sometimes an agent saw your advertisement, they want it, can we could book? Okay, something like that. All right. Okay, anything that you think of, the common ask question, why I want you to put that is because in the future, when your page start to have a lot of engagement, this is where you start to get busy. When you get busy, right, you need to make sure all this automated function is ready for you to use, right? So make sure this is under add to a menu, okay? Then you save it, okay? Now what will happen, right? This will actually turns out to be on your page itself. Now, when I say it turns out to be on your page, right? What will happen when you go back to your page? Okay, let's say for example, I go back to my own page here. Okay. When I come to my own page here, what will happen, right? Normally it won't show to you because why? Here's he will actually appears on here. Okay. Now I'm gonna do a change of screen here to actually show you what is actually shared on the what you call it, on the public side here. So yeah, I'm gonna share you another screen here where I actually share on the public side of it. Yeah. Okay. Let me share you a screen here where I actually share on the public side. So at least you get the whole idea how it actually works on a page. When someone public, they came for the view on your page, then they eventually can see it from our end here. Okay, let me share it on you. Okay, let me see on the page itself. Okay, okay. Are you guys seeing a new share page here? If you saw a new share page here, can you give me a 2 on the chat box here? Okay. If you saw a new share page here, let me know. Okay. All right. So Charlene, you have a question here. Do we need to set the privacy here? No need. Privacy, we just leave it there because some of the advertisers can actually advise it. So basically, privacy setting here, sometimes you can apply it. Depends of what sort of ads you're running it. You don't need to set a privacy one. Yeah, it's actually for the public because the more people we want to engage is only locals people. So that means we want to have more people from the social side here. So you don't have to set for privacy unless you run something closed door. So you need to set a privacy. But for page itself, we open up to all the publics. Yeah. Okay. Now this is a page which is a normal account, which is not added into the page. You can see they will get to see a bar, something like this. Yeah. Okay. You got to see a bar, something like that, because when you run advertisement that people are seeing all this, they will actually come to you, they'll ask you about it. So when they click ask question here, what will happen here, then you will actually reply them in terms of something like this, thank you, then blah 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 blah. Then you can actually click a WhatsApp. So when you click the WhatsApp here, basically actually WhatsApp the person. Okay, immediately you will get a WhatsApp link out from here. If it's on the phone, it straight away is a send button. So when they actually send to you, that means you got their contact number. You can actually follow up with them offline. So this is a good way to actually engage with your client in the fastest way to solve your objective. Because for negotiator here, our objective is to acquire contact number to expand our network. From the network itself, then we do a lot of follow-ups, we do a lot of networking to actually build up our client base here, right? That is the best way to actually have a box here. At least they can ask some common questions here. Now maximum here, you can actually store up to common question. The rest will be custom type here, right? Custom type, that means you can type, the person can actually type any question here you ask. Okay, when he type any question he will ask, he actually goes out with a normal typing. Then then from there you can actually give them more information. Also give them a WhatsApp link. Remember, ends with a WhatsApp link so they can actually have an option to engage with you offline. So that is our objective here in our industry. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go on another share on back to the screen. Okay, we're gonna share one more share to the screen, back to the share screens again, so at least you can get the whole idea. All clear, everyone? Yeah. Okay, we're coming back to our screen here. All right. So important parts, remember, set up the page setting, then we set up the inbox. Okay, so these two important things, one, we set them up. So these are the most important part for a page itself. That's why a page, when we have a new page or when we have an existing page, we don't do a page setting, we don't adjust the inbox itself. So we will lose out a lot of opportunity that have been given out by Facebook in 2021 here. So once you have all this setting ready, not so the next thing you need to do, and of course most probably that is the things that you most likely want to do on your page, is content. A page without content, you cannot drive any traffic coming in. And content wise, you have to be careful what you're trying to share in the public. Okay, of course, before we actually go into this, we actually dive into this deeper here. Now, sharing content here in Facebook, there is a few elements you need to remember. We need to break down in the content here. Okay, you have to share something which is non-related to property, for non-related to what you're about to sell. Okay, a page should have a ratio in between of selling and also sharing. Okay, selling and sharing here. Okay, I'm going to give you a ratio here. So before we get to the ratio, any question, please leave it on the chat box for at least I can try to answer it. Okay, Patrick, you have a question here. Can automate message suitable for put in two languages? Yes, Patrick. You can actually put it into English as first, then you can put it into Chinese. Now, like I mentioned before, your page, if your whole page you are written in Chinese, that means the question that you're gonna ask, you throw out, it will be in Chinese. But you want to leave it on English, is also okay. Also, you can have two also. Yeah, you can have two languages inside your automate messages. Okay, all right. Any question further anyone wish to ask? Yeah, please do ask your questions. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you a ratio here where you need to focus on this ratio. Then we will dive deeper. What sort of posting you need to post for your page? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to give you a slide here. At least from the slide here, you can see it better. All right. Okay. Your page content management here. Now, before we do anything on the page, I want you to have a breakdown of content you're about to share on your page. Now, sharing your page here, 70% should actually go to non-listing posts. Non-listing posts means like when you post something about property that you want to sell, people will tend to actually skip that. Will see that, then they will avoid it. They will want to share anything about it. They won't even like it. They won't even comment about it, because those are the posts that is about selling something. Now, you also encounter it before when you actually use your Facebook. Sometimes people tend to sell you something. You also will avoid that as well. So this also, you cannot stop your audience from doing that also, because we also avoiding it. Of course, your audience also will avoid it. Yeah. So always keep your post 70% on your page itself. At least 70% is non-listing posts. Non-listing posts, you can here break it down into few segments here, which I'm going to dive deeper after we take a break. Okay. All right. If it's 50% on the neighborhood site, whichever that you market here, you have to market about the whole surrounding area. Talk about the area itself. So the area, maybe you know about some of these owners there, you can actually help out to do some collaboration. I will actually teach you more on these terms here. At least from there, you get more idea what sort of content you can actually create for your page. Yeah. Okay. Then 20% about testimonial, the deal that you close, or maybe you want to congratulate one of your new owner who own a house. These are all the testimonial site, the done deal site here. All right. Then we have 20% on the information, where a lot of you love to share information like what's a property purchase like, what is the bank loans like, what's the percentage of the interest like. So these are the things that you can share, but make sure to be unique about it. These are the information. 10% it could be like a open house, or it could be an event, a coffee break section where you can have a chit chat with your audience. These are all these non-listing posts here. Okay, I'll show you some example later after our break. Then I'll let you know how to actually combine them together. Now on 30% is a listing post where you tend to sell something. Now when you tend to sell something here, why I put 80% on video tour and 20% on image shot is basically each of your listing, if possible, use them in a video format. Every time you're going to post up a property listing here, try to use a video format, because this is going to help you to get a lot of engagement, and the cost is going to cost you as low as 1 cent per view itself. Okay, 1 cent per view is very cheap, really. Yeah, so these are the ratio that you should look into putting up on your page itself, right? These are the percentage. So if can, keep it all 70%. Some once a while you put up some of the selling video here, 30%, because why? We can sell it somewhere else. We can do it another adjustment on that. Yeah, on your page, on the front page, 70% should be non-listing posts, 30% is listing posts. If you're gonna put up listing posts, you make sure it's video more than the images. Okay, all right. So imagine this. Later I will go dive deeper about how we actually do on the posting itself, what sort of posting. I'll give you some examples also. Okay, after the breaks, when we come back from the break itself, then after the break, I'll share you more on this information. Yeah. Okay. Right. We go to a question here. One more question from Tan here. How to reach targeted audience here? This is more advertisement based here, Tan. So basically, after the posting sample, I'm gonna share with you. Okay, from there we got to look into that. Then we also will talk about a bit on the advertisement side. Now, of course, that after we have ended, I'll tell you more about what we can do on the marketing side of it. So most important, once we have the page, think about the content we're about to share to the public. Yeah. Okay, think about the content we're about to share to the public. From there, I will tell you more about how this marketing can be works. Yeah, most important is content. Without a good content, it's very hard for you to get more traffic to your page. Yeah, once you get more traffic to your page, most of them are locals people. You localize it. That's where you can actually share more of your selling posts to them. Yeah. All right, Derek, one more question here. Derek Lowe here. What about sharing other website posts? Does that help? Yes, it actually helps a lot, but make sure try to keep it try to keep it organically on the Facebook page itself. Now, sharing other website here is a big no to share about YouTube, Google, and the rest of the website. Now, if it's on your website, it's okay. Once a while, you do it, because why? Facebook tends to keep their audience in Facebook itself. If can upload videos in Facebook instead of uploading it into YouTube and share the link in Facebook, it's very different one. If let's say if I have a video, I upload it in YouTube itself, then I come to Facebook here, I copy the URL from YouTube and put it into Facebook. So this is a simple way, express way, and I call it a lazy way. But then Facebook will tend to show less people on this sort of post here, because why? It actually diverts someone to go to YouTube. Now that's why a lot of people tend to put up their video and upload into video, because they want it to be a native post. So Facebook, it calls a native post here. I'll dive more deeper on terms of algorithm here, because this is going to be shared on after our break here. So at least you get to know more about the content you're about to share in Facebook page here, right? Now we talk about the Facebook page enhancement. We have done on that. Then on the next section, after our break at let's say we're gonna take a 10-minute breaks. Okay, so we come back around 4:10. We're gonna start up with the second section here on how to actually work on the algorithm, around the algorithm, to get more traffic for our page. All right. Okay, Terence, I'm gonna pass it over to you, so at least they can actually take a 10-minute break, so actually they can relax their eyes and get some drinks. Okay, then we come back again at 4:10. Yeah, 4:10 again. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Can hear me loud and clear, right? If you can hear me loud and clear, if you are here, give me a yes on the chat box. Yeah, give me a yes on the chat box. Okay, welcome back to everyone for the second section here on Facebook page enhancement and algorithm 2021. Yeah, give me a yes on the chat box if you're here. You can hear me loud and clear. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go through a little bit, dive deeper on the whole advertisement here. On the content part first, then I will show you something about the advertisement part here. Of course, for those who actually came in, then those who really know how to do ads, I'll give you some ideas about it. Then from there, of course, we have a full section of it. Okay, most important is to get to know how this content works first. Yeah, most important is content, right? Now, let's say I'm going to do a share screen here to show you some of the example here. Okay, let me show you some of the share screen here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to give you an example here. Basically, I want you to actually look into the example and let me know which one that you think is actually give you more ideas of what sort of sharing you should be doing here. Now, we have two type of posting here on the page here. Of course, I want you to take a look on the posting itself first. Then I'll let you know which one will actually give you better engagement here. Now, the first one that you see here is more on like selling a property on West Perdana here in Damansara Perdana. The other one, like it looks like a more like a sort of adding value to let people know how a huge bungalow, how a huge balcony actually can help you to get more design out of it. So these are two different posting here. Now, which one can you tell me which one is more on non-listing post here? Okay, the left one or the right one here? Anyone can give me an answer here. If you see on my share screen here, which one is not more on selling posting here? Anyone can tell me or not? Anyone can tell me one that is looks like more on or less on selling side here? Okay, anyone can tell me on this? Or not? Anyone? Okay, is it the left side or the right side here? Leave it in the chat box here. Huh? The left side or the right side? Okay, the right side is more on non-selling stuff, right? Okay, you see the engagement here, the people that have reached here is basically 51,000 here. The engagement is 2,400 here. All right, on the left side here is more on selling a property. Now, when I talk about why we actually have to have 70% selling posts compared to 30% selling posts, but you can see here both reach out almost the same audience here. But if you look into the engagement here, the right side has better engagement compared to the left side. These are all paid advertisement here. I'll tell you how much they actually spend here. So which one gives you more engagement here? The right side or the left side? Can anyone tell me here? The left or the right side here? Which one gives you more engagement? The right side, right? Always the right side, right? Because see, I give you, if you see, right side, how come these two have different engaging here? Because I want you to understand how Facebook works first before we start advertising here. Most important, you must know how Facebook works first. Because in Facebook here, it works differently compare how we use in a platform. Okay, I believe each of you do have a platform that you have been using like iPro, Property Guru, HPro, Muda, and so on. These are all platform. Okay, for platform, right, it's actually a different sort of marketing here, right? They are called as a pull marketing. So when people has the needs of buying something, they will actually do a search on Google. Then all these platform will advertise a space on Google, so they will navigate these people to actually see your listing. So this is called a pull marketing. Now, for those who do not know what is called pull marketing, I will keep it simple terms here. Now, anyone of you knows that when you're young that time, right? When you go see all your landline phone, right, on top of something, there's something looks like a yellow, huge little book there. Have anyone knows about what is called yellow page here? If yes, or give me a one on the chat box. Okay. Anyone heard before what is called yellow page or not? If yes, give me a one on the chat box. Yeah. Yeah. Yellow page. Anyone heard before this thing or not? The one seated on your phone. There's a big directory, like a dictionary thing like that. Okay. So that is called a yellow page. Okay. Normally we don't use that until we have something it needs. We only look into that book. So it's called a directory. But of course, from time to time, things will change, right? So most of us, when we tend to search for something, when we in needs of something, we actually go to Google and search it, and we get some information out of it. So Yellow Page has been actually moved on already. Now from Facebook here, it's not like how you use here, okay? Like that, those sort of Yellow Page here, we actually has been apply it on all the platform we have been using it. So those are for people who have needs. They come to you, then you get something out from the platform, the leads that you're getting. Now in Facebook here is something a bit more casual way to approach your client, right? In terms of approaching clients, right, we don't share everything based on sell, right? It's not like you sell something here where people are engaged with you. It's more like you need to add in the value, let people engage with you, then only we start to sell something. So there is a reason why the right side of the post here has better engagement compared to the left side here. Okay, if you see, both of them coming to reach almost the same, but you can see the right side here got better engagement. It comes with like and share. It comes with comment itself. So these are the things that we want to do for our page first. So the reason why I want you to understand these terms is because you start to post content on your page. Now, if you start to post content on your page here, right, you have to make sure the content has to be adding value more than actually selling something. Yeah. So if you can actually terms of ratio, like just now I mentioned, 70% are adding the value, 30% are more on selling your post, then you are in the right direction. Then that is where you have to start to do your advertisement on your post here. Now, like for example, if let's say if I want to do a sharing here on my page itself, then I have to go to my page. I think about the ideas of sharing them on our page here. Okay, let's say I'm going into my post here. Like I'm going to show you how to share here. So you can see here some of this post here when we post it up is nothing about selling. It's about engaging people to get them to engage on your page first, because we don't want to sell anything first. We want to show them what we have here. Okay, so of course there are a few examples on the handbooks I will let you know. Okay, one of it like neighborhood here. Like let's say I'm actually focusing on an area. Now, for example, if you have an area that you focus on that first. Okay, the first thing is, if let's say you are a specialist, a person who actually focus in one certain area, let's say you are only focusing in PJ, so you have to make sure that page itself is everything you talk about is in PJ itself. So you don't talk about somewhere further like Seremban or Serta Park or maybe in KLCC. That one is another time. So if you want to focus on one place first, at a time first. So that means if you focus on PJ, everything we talk about PJ. So for example, like a page there, I put something like this. It does not relate to property, but it's actually allowing people to engage in your page itself. Now, for those who actually don't understand this concept, it's the same concept like how you share in your own personal account. So people tend to engage with your post better if you are not posting something you are selling, right? So for example, something like this, these are few example you can actually post on your page. Now you can actually use a meme, something like this also can be posted on your page. Now you also can share some of your clients or some of the people that you work with, like your ID, your friends, or your colleague who actually have to do some renovation. It's okay to share their posts here, because why, this is not about selling, it's about getting the right audience coming into your page first, right? If you don't get the right audience to come to your page, it's also very hard for you to sell them something. It's just like you don't bring yourself out there in Facebook to socialize with them. Then you start selling something to them. People won't tend to buy anything from you because they don't know you. First thing, you need to let people know who you are, where you're from, what sort of property you are actually working on, and which area you are specializing on. So that's the most important part, to tell the public where you come from, who you are, and what you do. Okay, so let's say I want to post something here. So I create a post here. Creating a post is very straightforward. Now, but I want you to take an idea of posting something here. Now, instead of just posting it on your post here, I want you to go to your photo. Okay, you can create album. Okay, album is very important for our industry here, especially real estate industry. So when you create an album, you can start naming all this album as like property for sale. Okay, then we post it, because why, we want to consolidate, we want to compile everything into one album. So in the future, when we want to do advertisement, we can use directly the album to help you to advertise to all the people here. So that's this one album I've created. Okay, see, this is one album here. I can create more album here because why? In the future, I can use back the same audience, same album to put up all my listings. Okay, so split all these things into one pot here. Okay, don't actually put everything just like posting it. We have to actually organize it better for us to actually create more content for the public. I can actually put here some neighborhood things. Okay, so for example, let's say you're actually specializing in Ara Damansara. So you know everything about Ara Damansara. Every single area, there is a food area or there's a bank area. These are the added value to the area that you focus on. Okay, so we want to tell a story about that location. So people will tend to come to your page, will get more information that you have actually given out to them. Yeah. Okay, if you are selling any below market value property, you can put it as fire sales here. I posted it here. So now I'm actually speed up all this property that I want to do here. So in the future, let's say if I have a lot of property, I have few property, maybe let's say I want to post it like a week itself, maybe I only post it once a week. So I don't want people to feel like I'm actually desperate of selling something here in Facebook. I just want to share the information here. So at the same time, I also do my sales as well. So always keep a Facebook page like a socialization page here, not for sense of selling it. Previously, we can do that in 2018, 2019, 2020. But when it comes to 2021 here, the algorithm has changed. Okay, it has changed to a certain period where when you share selling items here, you don't get much of an engagement because the whole algorithm changed here. All right. It's a similar version like how you actually posted on your own Facebook account. Now, I give you an example here. For example, now let's say if I posted something, for example, I posted something like this here. Okay, I posted something like this here. Now, let's say I give an idea like Irene Siu have actually liked my post here. Okay, Sadon Tan has actually liked my post. Cynthia Yi Mei is actually liked my post. And Mei Yong actually liked my post here. So in the future, whenever I'm going to post something, it actually goes back to your timeline. Okay. Now, let's say you look into your own Facebook account. I'll give you an example how this algorithm works here. So if you have posted something, like for example, you have posted something, then some of your friends who actually like the post and comment about the post, right? In the future, when you post something again, these people who actually have a relationship with you, they will get to see back whatever that you have posted within that 2 weeks time. Have you observed that before, right? Because each of us who have friends, right, we cannot see all our 500 friends here who actually post something, correct? Now, any one of you have less than 500 friends on your Facebook account? Got or not? If you got to give me a two on the chat box here, right? Most of you have more than 500 friends on your Facebook list, right? Yes or no? If just give me a one on the chat box here. Okay. How many of you have more than 500 friends list on your Facebook account? If more than that, give me a one on the chat box. Yeah. How many have one? Okay. More than 500 people on your own account. Got it? Right. So you don't get to see them every day, but you only get to see those who you have engaged before. Now, this is how Facebook algorithm works. Now, if let's say you have posted something, your friends and family like your post before, or they commented on your post before, they will get to see back your post. It's same thing. This is same mechanic goes to your Facebook page also. If you have, let's say you like this post before, that audience will tend to see your post again within that 2 weeks. Now, let's say he don't do anything at all. He just see after the 2 weeks times, right? Your post will slowly disappear from his timeline. So that's how Facebook algorithm works. So if you keep on posting all these selling posts every single day you post, right? If they don't do any sharing or they don't do any like or comment, they will slowly disappear from your page. That's why sometimes you get to see all this page, right, with a page like of 1 million, but the engagement, right, is less than 1%. So this is the reason why some of the page cannot get maximize their engagement, because why? They're not doing the right thing in social media. So in social media here, you need to share something non-related to non-related on the selling things that you're going to sell, but add the value, but be related to your own industry here. Okay, now for example, like this one is related to your own industry here. I'm just actually posting it to actually have a casual thing. That memes is good to use also. All right, so let's say I want to post something like that. Okay, I'm going to post something out first. Let's say I post a normal common one. Okay, I'm going to create a post here. Okay, I'm going to add in a picture. Let's say I go to my post, I add in something here. Okay, I'm going to post something like this. Then I'm going to type out something like this here. Okay, then I'll think that this is a good post here. I'll post it out first. It's okay. If you don't want to post at the same time, you can schedule your post. I don't want to add any button. I just want to post it and share with the audience first. I want them to engage with my post first. Once they engage with your post, if you find them, most of them are local people, Malaysians, so you know you are on the right audience location. So late, then only you start thinking about selling something to them. First, you need to engage with them. So I'm posted something here. Why do you need a licensed negotiator to take care of your property? Like something here, like a godfather. There's a godfather terms, right? You gotta make him an offer that it cannot be refused. So these are a bit more casual, but it's related to your own property here. All right, okay. So you post something like that. So let's say I don't want to post on the day itself. In that week, you schedule. Now, if you can't do a post, you can't do every day. You can schedule them twice a week. You have something, you schedule it. How you schedule your post here, very straightforward. Go to your publishing tools here. Okay, remember, don't do something, post on the day, tomorrow think of something like it will stress you up one. If you can, you think of some ideas you want to do, your design, you do everything already, then you schedule them. Look and here the publish post and schedule post. Create a schedule here. This is all I schedule it on September. It will come out on that day. You don't have to worry about your posting. You can schedule them first. Yeah. So I want to schedule this on the next Saturday. Choose a day that you like to post out. Always go for the same timing so people were expecting that day itself you have something to post out. So always keep your posting like a normal posting. It's not about selling, about posting something about testimonial. Can be also, let's say I want to post something about testimonial here, add the picture. Okay, so this has been scheduled on the next August itself. So let's say I schedule everything. So in 1 week itself, maybe I can post minimum 2 posts is good. Yeah. So I schedule them. Then this is the post I want to post. Then I schedule it first. Okay. Now, any one of you can actually do more than one post per week. It's not hard, right, to post something about property, right? Selling is, of course, definitely is there. So all these things are not selling. So it's just like we're actually introducing someone else property. Like this is one of the clients who actually close got a space for their own businesses. So these are the things that we are doing here. Okay, it's the same thing when you schedule something is there already. You don't have to post immediately, right? So I'll give you some sample on a handbook, then you roughly get the whole idea how this posting works. Yeah. So 1 week post 2 time. Is it hard for you? Yes or no? Okay. Posting wise, I always go for 1 weekend, 1 weekdays lah. If let's say you are very hardworking, right, you can post up to 3 posts per week. 2 posts is minimum lah. 2 posts per week. Is it hard for you? Yes or no? If yes, give me a one for on the chat box. Two is give me a two if no. Is this not hard for you? Huh? Yes or no? Leave a yes or no. Let me know that is it hard for you to post 2 posts per week. If you can do 2 posts per week, right, you are actually doing right. Make sure that 2 posts, right, one should be non-related to what you're about to sell. It's about talk about the area that you're sharing with your clients. Like let's say if I'm a PJ specialist, I will be knowing a lot of things in PJ one, not only property, a surrounding area, the food that you like. Now imagine I can actually collaborate with a business who sell food in PJ here. He need more exposure. I can do that advertisement for him. At the same time, I'm helping him to do it as a charity. At the same time, I'm targeting audience who actually love PJ. So these are the audience I want to engage with. I want to tap into. So we need to use all this content as possible. So once we have all this content ready, right, then we can look into doing advertisement on our page. Now the content must be right. It's not very hard to get 2 posts out one. Okay, not very hard. You see right now, if I'm doing here, it's not hard at all. I put 1 post already. Then I can actually do another posting. Like I have listing. Listing is something we already have it every single day. So let's say I have fire sales. I just add in fire sales. I actually edit the album. I go to this album, I just upload the picture. So let's say I upload 6 picture about the property I'm about to sell and the price is below market value. I want to share with the client here. So I have all the picture ready and I post it out. Okay. So when I post it out, that means I'm telling the clients, hey, this is one of the posts, new listing coming out, fire sales. Okay. Then once I'm done, I save it. Okay. I go back to my home again. You can see, then I do a refresh here. You'll be able to see there's an album here. the album will actually allow you to do advertisement in the future. So why we want to put all the listing into one album is to compress it, is to compile it into one space. So in the future, when we advertise, we can actually show all the listing that we have in one location. Then we don't have to spend so much money on putting individually listing going out. So like let's say this is a fire sales album here. I just need to click edit here. I prepare my what you call that, the the copywriting here. Okay, new listing below market value here. Okay, below market value. Okay, all right, so I post something out. I leave my contact number here. I leave my WhatsApp number here. Then I post it now. I save it here. Basically, the whole post has become a post. Then people see like, okay, this property nice. Then I can actually contact you through here, or WhatsApp. I can just call you here. So in the future, I have more to add. Where should I go? I always go back to my photo here. Okay. Then I go back to my fire sales here again. Then from here, I add in more photos. Yeah, I upload more photos. You can see that. So I'm actually not using too many posts for one. I'm just compiling everything about that category and I put it there. I posted it. Okay, once I posted it, then I only add in my copywriting. So this will actually help you to organize your listing better. So in the future here, right, when you run advertisement, it's easier to run a whole list of the listing that you have here. Okay, everyone got me, right? If you got me, give me a 3 on a chat box. Yeah, I want to make sure that you got a whole idea here. See, I have new listings here. I've added. Then I just need to edit my post. Okay, I'm gonna add in my copywriting here. Okay, so right, this is actually helping you to compress every single listing that you have in one album. So when people want to see, they'll go back to your album here. He click on here, then he gets to see all the listing that you have here. Right, it's a very straightforward goal. Then you don't have to worry that you're listing some of them at the back end here on the front. Then you have to find all the way to the back here. So you're actually compiling every single listing that you have into one album. Then and this album itself, you can run an advertisement on it. So it's very organized and it looks clean on your Facebook page here. So you don't feel like selling anything to them. Even though the way I post it, I don't feel like I'm selling something, but I'm just sharing to them, saying that hey, I have something here. If you enjoy what you see, you found something you like, contact me. Because why? I already have a platform for me to advertise my listings, like in iProp, Public Guru, Muda, and so on. In social media, I want to engage with them, that I say that I have something like this. If you're okay with that, you like it, you come to me, then we can have a more more conversation on the things that you want to buy. So always treat Facebook page like your social media page. You want to socialize with them first. You want them to know you first. You want them to know what you do, what you offer in the public first. Then from here, you just need to play in between of your listings and your normal posting like this. Yeah. So play in between that, then you eventually can have 2 posts per week. Right, if you are really hardworking, you are very good in designing, you can have 3 posts or 4 posts per week. Minimum 2 is the best. Okay, 2 is the best. Okay, now once you have all this information in, okay, then of course there's no reach, because why? You have no follower at all. Because you have 6 7 followers, that means these 6 people will get to see your post. Now if these 6 people, right, don't engage you before, right, then your post will slowly disappear. That's the reason why we need a lot of Facebook page like. And of course, remember the first section we mentioned, it has to be a local people, potential people. You have to keep it clean. Then we need to start doing advertisement for all these posts that we posted. But of course, the posts that we posted here, we can post it something cheap first, not to go into advanced first. Get into the right audience first. Okay. Now, when we have a post ready here, I'm gonna guide you slightly how this posting works. But of course, in depth, more technical, there will be a whole full course training. Today is more like sharing you what sort of posting you need to post on your page. From there, get the we gotta get the momentum right first. Then once you get the momentum right, you know why the posting should be going out. Then we start consider paying Facebook a certain sort of fees to help you to expose your whole advertisement to get you more audience. Okay. Now let's say I want to get more audience for my post here. For example, like this one here. Okay, like this one here. We're gonna do a quick advertisement here on this one here. Okay, then once I got it right, then I need to go into my ads account. Okay, each of you, your personal account, you has an ads account here. So for example, this is my own Facebook homepage here. There's something we call ads manager here. You click on this ad manager here. Okay, so let's say I want to do advertisement here. So how am I supposed to do advertisement here? So I need to create here. Now I'm going to show you a quick one. What should I do on my post here? Then of course in details one, there will be a full course to tell you about it. So I want to do some engagement first. I want more people to engage on my post first before I start running the actual advertisement to them. Okay, I choose a post engagement. Okay, right, then I run an advertisement today. I want to put a date on 2021K018. Let's say this is a month today. I want to run it today, so I run a public post here. Okay, this is for my page. Okay, to actually get more people to my page first, get more audience to come to your page first, then only run a selling advertisement to them. Okay, I get more people first. I do a post engagement. This is a 02. Okay, and I on my campaign, the lowest you can go for daily, I think, is 5 ringgit. Okay, the lowest is 5 ringgit. You don't. That's the lowest cost you can actually offer. Is 5 ringgit too expensive for you for one day, one advertisement? If you run for 7 days, it's 35 ringgit. So I think 5 ringgit right now cannot get any lunch, right? Yes or no? Can or not? Can you get? Can you still get lunch for 5 ringgit? At this time, at this year itself, got or not? Yes or no? Your 5 ringgit for advertisement to build up your own Facebook page. I mean, that is the lowest cost of investment you can get for a page itself. 5 ringgit is very low, right? 5 ringgit, like if you want to do an engagement, right, is good enough already, right? 5 ringgit cannot get you anything out there already. Even though a lunch, right, I don't think there's any 5 ringgit lunch anymore, right? A good proper lunch, 5 ringgit. Tadak punya. Most likely you can get a morning breakfast like roti canai and your teh tarik already no more. I don't think it's 5 ringgit there. One teh tarik, two roti canai is not even 5 ringgit, right? Right. If you want to get a good proper lunch, right, 5 ringgit, tadak. Don't have any. Okay. Right. Let's say go down here, 5 ringgit. If you can build up a page in your page future, you get more people to come in. So that is what we are looking into. Okay, we page, then we do one location. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick show you that how I actually run this ad. I also will show you what happened because right, this ad have been running it since June itself, and then one of it we actually sold off one of the property here, and then I'll tell you what's the costing we have sold, and then how much we actually sell it for. Then you'll really see the whole idea here. Okay, I run it like probably I run it at 4 o'clock at 4:45 here. I'm gonna run it at 2 weeks times. Okay, let's say I want to be 2 weeks time to the something 15th at 4 at 44.5 here. I want a PM here. Okay. Okay, location wise is very straightforward. This one you need to find the location. Now let's say I want to run a location. If I am a specialist in Damansara area, so I want to go into a location under Damansara here. All right, so I have to go into an area in Damansara, maybe PJU. Okay. Let's check on that. Okay, so this is Ara Damansara. So I'm looking into PJ at the site here. Damansara Jaya, Damansara Utama, Mutara Damansara. So I want to run an ads at under this location here. Okay, so you need to use a drop pin. So this one is somewhere that you're very familiar with all these things here, but of course I will give you more understanding on why we should do here. This is more like showing you the surface of how this advertisement works here. All right, so let's say I want to age on 25 to 65 because this is my target audience I want to focus for. I want to grab more audience on this audience here. Then agenda, I'll just leave it. Details targeting, I'll leave it first. There's more we can do on execute part, but I'm just showing you the simple way of doing the advertisement. Yeah. Okay, I want it to be Malaysian. Then probably I just add in a few information here. Okay. All right, then we're done with that. Then placement wise, I just change it. I want it to be on Facebook only and Instagram. Then I just have to click next. Now I want to show you the post that I wanted to do. Like just now, when I want to do something like I want my post to be out here. I want to show more people on this. I want to educate the public why they need a real estate negotiator, a licensed one to help them with a property. So it looks playful to you, but then it's actually a somewhere a strong message delivered out to the public saying that if you don't get the right real estate negotiator, you're gonna get a screw up for your own property here, right? Some of them like this is one of the means to actually give an example here. So we actually use this one here, okay? So let's say we're gonna do a post here, maybe a page on post one, okay? Then I'm gonna go into my advertisement here, choose a page here. Let's see which page I'm gonna go for. Home recommendation. Okay, shade, use as existing post, select the post, then choose the post that you have published here. Like this is the post that we have published here. Okay, so you can choose all these posts. Like remember the below market listings, all this can be posted here. But I want this first because why? This is for me to draw the crowd in first. Now imagine you're gonna post out a posting. If you use a selling post to draw the crowd in, what will happen? You will get less engagement. Am I right? Because you have agreed with me the two posting, right? Remember or not? We're gonna use a non-selling post to draw more crowd into your page. From there, you actually can start doing your selling post. Okay, that is the first things you need to understand. Okay, once I got this post ready, okay, I'm gonna share this post out. Then I just have to click publish. That's how simple it is. But of course, there's a little things that we have to talk about. Is more on the terms of campaign wise and non-technical things inside the whole posting here. Okay, once you publish all these posts here, it'll tell you, okay, this has been scheduled. Okay, now I will show you what is happening on the last few on the last 2 months. With actually on one of the posting here, we sell risk per donor at 300,000, and then the case was closed last month itself. Okay, but of course we're still generating leads from there. Okay, like you can see here, this is the posting we are doing it here on the 13th on 13th of June here. We actually run an advertisement on here. Okay, is exactly to tell them the risk per donor here. Okay, wherever you see that is the post that you're seeing to tell them this property here. Okay, then of course all the copywriting will be on the post itself. Then at the same time, we also run another page posting here. We tell them we draw the crowd in by using this post here. If you can see, it's a similar post I'm showing you also. That is a post we draw the crowd in. Okay, then at the same time, we run our selling post to them to acquire their contact number, their leads to actually get them to actually buy property in risk per donor here. Actually, this property has been closed within 3 weeks time, and then it was actually sold at a price of 300,000 here. Okay, it's a sub sales listing. Okay, let me show you how it looks like. That is a sub sale listing here, and then the cost we are spending here is at the price of, let's say we put a whole month here. Okay, we actually spend at 1,185 here. So we sell at 300,000 per house here, and it's an exclusive listing. Okay, times 3%. So we get 9,000 here. Would you actually, is it 1,185 ringgit 36 cents that you have sold? We actually spend to get a commission of 9,000 here. Is it a good value return? At the same time, you get a 86 ringgit, 86 lead here. Basically, there's another 20% of follow-up for another property within this area. Is this a good value for you? Yes or no? If a yes, give me a yes on the chat box. If it's no, give me a no on the chat box. At least I understand where is the value you are looking for. Yeah, if you're willing to spend 1,185 ringgit 36 cents to actually close a case in risk per donor at 300,000 with 3% of commissions, and then you are getting a 9,000 ringgit of commission. So you are spending 1,001 to get 9,000 here. Is it a good value to you? At the same time, you are getting an 86 percent of lead. That means you're getting an 86 contact here who actually has a chance for you to convert another sales in that particular area. Now, if let's say I'm a Damansara Perdana area specialist here, I can actually sell him risk per donor 1. I can actually sell him risk per donor 2. I can also sell him Metropolitan. I can also sell him a Neo Damansara. I also can sell him a Mutiara Damansara area. Or if they want a cheaper rate, I can actually go for Fora Damansara. So within that area, I'm specialized in. I have the strength. I have the listing. I have, most important, I need the contact for me to follow up. So in this 86 ringgit here, I'm actually spending the cost of 11 ringgit for one lead. But in average per day, let's say it's today itself, I actually got a acquire a lead of 8 ringgit per day. So that means these two leads, right, can be converted to another sales a day. right? So I'm actually spending an 8 ringgit for one contact number. So imagine this can apply to a sub sale. Definitely no brainer for all those who are actually doing for projects. But of course, you need to start thinking about the post that you're sending out to the public first before you run the whole advertisement. That's the reason why we want you to understand the content you are sending out to the public, tap into the right audience, then only you do an advertisement to them. So the whole conclusion is like you need to know which location has the most audience, because you see in Damansara Perdana, right, there's a lot of foreigner as well. So there's Indonesian, there's a lot of Bangladesh also. So we want the audience, which is local people, Malaysian people. So how we can actually tap into these people here? First, you need to run a content-based, content-driven post first to tap into the audience. Then from this audience, we need to scale them to see how many of them are locals, how many of them are non-locals. If most of them are locals, then only you start doing your selling post to them. So this is where we actually come out the whole full class of workshop to actually teach you, to guide you to actually let you know how Facebook marketing works. Actually, the cost is not expensive, because we some of you may have been doing advertisement throughout the years in Facebook, but there are certain things you miss out in Facebook here. Yeah, sometimes some of your move is maybe right, but then there's a certain things you need to focus also. There's a reason why all this posting what we are doing here. For example, like just now I show you the My Kepung one. You can see these are the things that all these young guys are doing it. If you can see here, these are my students here. They are doing it. So you see that there's a huge balcony here. Yeah, remember that post I show you? So they are using this post to draw the audience in first. So if you can see, most of this audience are not what you call that, they are not foreigner. Okay, they are all Malaysians. Yeah, they're all Malaysian, even though this one here, right, this is not even that, this is a foreigner here, but you can see most of them are Malaysians. Okay, most of them are Malaysians. Then you look into the likes to see there, most of them are Malaysian. You have to check each of them who actually like your post. Then those who are not Malaysian, don't invite them. So that's how you actually scale on your page. Then from there you start running advertisement to them. So when you start running advertisement, like for example, for this young guys here, they start running advertisement. They're actually selling a sort of project here. They actually spent 66,000 here. In return, they have actually closed somewhere close to around 450,000 of commission. Okay, at a price of 450,000 of commission, you have spent 66,000 here. Is it a good value return? You spend 66, you get 450,000 commission, clean commission after all the deduction. 66,000 for 450,000, a clean one, right? Right. The price you are selling around 450,000. These are project based, right? So it's the same part, it's the same concept. Like I mentioned, why videos is important. Video only costs you how much? 1 cent for one view. You're only spending a 133 ringgit to tap into the right audience. Then you do your selling post, and it costs you a 17 ringgit in one particular area, Kepong, Sapa, and so on. Then you give you a list of 94,000. Then the rest of it also come at 270 leads. Then you get 412 leads at this price here. It started a very low price. You are inquiring them. So you're using a normal post basis here. Okay, so these are what they are selling in Kepong. You can see there's Kiara Bay, there's M Luna. So nothing about other location, is more on the Kepong area. So you are focusing on Kepong, then you do some Kepong. Then they do some posting that is not related to property, but it's more like charity. That's like you're getting the audience in terms of using this post here. Then you start doing your sales. That's why when we run advertisement, we have to think about content first. Content come first, then we only do about sales. Okay, so far so good. Everyone agree and understand how to actually use what content to run on Facebook page before we run our selling page, selling post first. Yes or no? If everyone okay with that, give me a one on the chat box. Yeah, all good. If you understand what I mean, give me a one on the chat box. Yeah, so that means the whole conclusion part here, create a content that you can engage with your client. Okay, some of this content here very straightforward. I'm going to show you some of this example before we actually wrap up the whole thing. Yeah, okay, I'm going to show you some of the example here. So at least this example here, it comes into a handbook. So from this handbook here, I want you to keep this handbook and go back, digest and understand it more before we actually go into the things. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to share you some of my share screen here. I'm going to stop a share here. I'm going to go into my slide. I'm going to give you a quick understanding. Okay. Now this is one of the sample. You can actually use it for your posting. So done deal wise is most important part here. This is actually sell a confidence to your next client. If can, try to keep it into one location. Don't scatter it. Keep it to one location. If you're really focusing on Ara Damansara, you want to build an audience in Ara Damansara, you want to build a database in Ara Damansara, that only belongs to Ara Damansara. Then slowly move away. If you cannot play, you have to play a strength base here. You focus in one area first. Okay. So done deal is a very good content to share with your client. You can actually use it to advertise it to get more audience to see what you have done. Yeah. Okay. Then the next one here is about video content. Like I mentioned, video content is very important because if you can do a video tour for your video content, it's going to help you a lot. I'm going to show you one of the example of my clients in Singapore. It's doing very well over there. Then in Malaysia, we have not have anyone breakthrough on that part here. But I believe that if Singapore can do it in Malaysia, slowly graduate, you will come to that point as well. Okay, do more video content. If you can do a video tour for the property that you're about to sell, whether it's a sub sale or project, video content is a deal breaker. Okay, that is the only second sample I want you to put on top two here. I want to show you what is a video content. Yeah. Okay, the information content also very important. If can, use your own way to deliver a certain information to your public, because remember, the page that we follow, the page that people follow you, is about the way you deliver a message to them. Okay, so you don't use other people content to share in your page. It doesn't work that way. You have to use a way to actually convey the whole message with your own way, your own style of doing it. Yeah, that is information you can share. Okay, the fourth one is, like I mentioned, the memorable memes that you're saying, that you can use all this a bit of casual, a playful way of actually educate the public about property. You have to stick back to your related your property industrial content, but make it a little bit casual lah. Don't have to be too professional, because it won't look so it won't look so boring to them. Just make it more fun a bit, yeah. Okay, then, of course, you can organize a community contest and so on. These are the things that you can actually work with your ID, your renovator, or the people who sell furniture. These are the people that you know them before. So you can actually do all this to actually get the audience to come to your page. That is also a good thing. You can actually do it also with people who actually sell something in your location, like a food bank or maybe a food stores that actually needed some help. This can be done as well. Yeah. All right, then you can actually use a poll engagement here to get them to like or choose another emoji, which one they want to see. You can see all this posting here is not on selling basis. It's more like a sample to get you more audience before you sell something. Yeah. Okay, this one is neighborhood content. Something that you think of is cannot be applied to your page. It can be applied, because remember, like if you're in Ara Damansara, before I want to buy in Ara Damansara, I need to know the surrounding area. What can I get in there? Is there a gym over there? Will there be any Muay Thai fitness room over there? Will there be any food that I can enjoy over there? So this is where you actually share with your clients. Okay, keep it your own unique way of sharing it with the client. So it is good to share all this information, and it's gonna get you a lot of engagement from there. So once you get the engagement, you already know that most of them are Malaysian in the location that you are tapping on. So this is where you can start doing your selling posts. Yeah. So right, a lot of people miss out this because we don't actually share normal posting, because our mindset is more like we want to sell them something, but instead of want to sell them something in Facebook, first you need to add the value first. When you add the value, then only you start taking back the value you have added. So this is what we want to do in Facebook here. It's a very different way of doing it, but I hope all this sample here can help you more to get more ideas of what you're going to post in Facebook, like motivation quote. You can do that as well. So I'm going to give you this handbook here, and this handbook, actually, after our section ends, you can actually get all this handbook for yourself. Yeah. So remember, there are some certain things you don't actually post it on Facebook. there are things that you need to follow the policy. I'll leave the link there. You can actually have a read through before you start posting something. So remember not to actually break any policy, or else your ads account will get banned. Yeah. Okay. Like I mentioned, 70%, 50%, these are the content management you need to manage. Always think about the ideas and contents on 70% here to actually get you a sales on that part here. The posting for listing for sales, keep it 30%. Yeah, keep it casual. Don't always keep on selling something to them. Add more value to them. Yeah. Okay. Now, when you create all this, you can actually post, you scale them, take your time to do it. I will leave all this information here on Handbook. At least you can go back and read about it. Now, how to schedule posting, I've actually gone through with you. Even the slide also will show you, the Handbook will show you step by step how you can do it like this. Yeah. Okay. So, of course, for those who actually want to go for a whole course here, we actually has a full course training here for this whole registration here, because we actually go for three night courses here. It takes up 3 hours for the whole workshop here. Basically, I have run the whole workshop here with other agency and all those property related industrial. So if this is only for property basis only, I'm not going to do it for other purposes only. This is only for property side. Okay. Now for those who are really interested in joining this whole full course here, there will be a link giving up by Terence there. Basically from there you can actually take a look at the link, and then the course here where we have a whole outline here to show you what we actually do here. The full course will only cost you a 550 ringgit per person. We're going to do a 9 hours course here with 3 nights. We're going to start at 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. There will break time in between. I'm going to show you more technical way of actually doing all the setting, how to actually adjust all your targeting, how to actually target to the right audience, how to actually scale it, how to actually read the report, and what sort of public posts that we can post, what sort of dark posts we can post. Because in Facebook, there's a lot of terms in there. So in today itself is more like a surface to show you how it actually works. Whichever I just show you just now is really working on the year itself. What I want to show you is more on live basis. It's not just like want to show you what happened previously. I want to show you everything what has happened today, this year itself, and the full updates on 1st of June 2021. Okay, so for those who actually want a full course to go through with me for a 3 night course here, all right, then you have to register yourself. Then from there, we actually can take you on. Once we have enough people, we'll start off the whole tutorial, the whole workshop here at Zoom with you. Okay. So before we go to an end here, any question you wish to ask me before we come to an end? Okay, any question when we come to an end? Okay, so let me see here. Just have question here. What already started with a selling post? If you already start doing a selling post here, just look into the post that you sell, look into the cost that you are selling here. If it's actually too expensive, you have to actually try to put in some public posts to drag the right audience first. Okay, if it's too expensive, you have to turn off the ads and look into the posting that you have in your page, because the content comes first before you start doing selling posts on your page. A lot of us tend to do a selling post to them first, then we lose out a lot of audience, because why people will try to avoid all these selling posts. Right. First, you need to look into the content that you are about to post into your page. That's the most important part. Yeah. Okay, Tom, is there a focus on one Facebook page or open as many Facebook page to engage community based on location and area? I would think that if can, we focus on one page is good enough, because if we've opened too many page, then you need to commit to every single of the page here. Now, of course, like I said, Tom, for example, let's say you have a lot of property to sell. Let's say I sell a property in Shah Alam, Subang, Petaling Jaya, and Klang, and also Star Park. But you have to look into all this property here. Which one is your farming area? Which one is the area that you focus most of the time? So use that one as your Facebook page. The rest you can still post it in your platform like iProp, Property Guru, HProp, and Muda, so on. Because on page, right, Facebook page is to brand yourself, to let people know you are a specialist in that particular area. So you only want to obtain a 10% population in that area. Now imagine if, let's say in Klang, somewhere close to 250,000 of people here who actually stay in Klang, you only get 10% people who supported whole of you. That would be 25,000 people. So let's say these 25,000 people, each of them have a property to sell. So you have 25,000 of listing, Tom. Is that sufficient for you? In Klang, you are very famous in Klang. Is it good enough for you? Yes or no? Okay. For the rest of you, think about this idea here. Now, let's say you are strong in one area. In that population, you have 100,000 people. So in 100,000 people, 10% who actually enjoy what you have shared, they follow your page. And then this 10,000 people, right, they give you listing for you to sell. Then they also help you to advertise to other people. They will introduce their friend to you. So this 10,000 people is your own audience base in one particular area. So this a good way to build up your network by using Facebook as a social media. Okay, all right. So use that way to actually socialize with people. Yeah. Okay. Now we have to see and more question here from Fizel. Does your IG follower profile affects your Facebook page too? Yes. If your IG one, normally they will in Facebook here, IG and Facebook is different platform. If it's affecting, right, it's only when you do ads only. But when you do ads, you have a lot of setting to tweak on that. So whatever you have in IG follower, right, it won't actually backfire your Facebook one because you're using a Facebook to run advertisement. So it won't backfire. But if your IG is strong, right, you can actually use all in different sort of campaign. You can have a campaign for IG only or a Facebook. Depends on which one that you are active in. Yeah. Brian, okay, Terence will actually share you the later ends here. The admin site will actually share you the handbooks. Okay, so those who want to go for full course, just register yourself. Where the link actually been shared over there. So you just register yourself. When we have a time frame, so we actually can contact you and let you know more about what we have in our course here. Then you can join for the full course. Then we go through a whole thing here. All right. So your whole thing here is think about where is your farming area. Okay, where is on your farming area, use that farming area to build up your database first. From that database here, slowly you expand. Use a place that you're strong with first. Don't go for a place that you're not strong, but you have listing there. Not for the sake for the listing, it's for the sake of your professionalism and your specialization on one location. I'm sure that you have one location that you're very strong with. Use that location as your start point, as your spearhead location. Okay. Agnes, how about marketplace? Our marketplace, you can use it for a personal sharing. Personal sharing, right? Marketplace, you can still get leads, but of course, there's a lot of manual work doing in marketplace. You need to share them to actually get exposure, right? But if you're gonna use a page, this will build you more audience. Now I'm gonna share you one more thing before we do any wrap up. Okay. I'm going to show you one of the example here that have been done in Facebook in overseas here, whereby our neighbor only, not too much. Yeah, I'm going to show you a neighbor site. Yeah, I'm going to show you one more thing before we actually move on. Okay. Okay, everyone can see my share, right? Can see my share. Give me a 2 on the chat box. Yeah, most important. Yeah, I scared my internet is too lag. Yeah. Yeah, if you can see my share screen, give me a 2 on the chat box. Yeah, just to make sure everyone can see the screen. Yeah. Okay, can see right, everyone. Good, good. Okay. Now I want to show you, this is an example here. You can actually go to this page here. After the ends, you can take a look what they have shared here. This is some of the ideas I can get you, let you know here, the sample of it. Yeah. Okay. Now I want to tell you that, see, most of his listing is in video format. So take a look at the video they have done, but you don't have to go as grand they are because they are really in doing this sort of thing since last 4 years. Okay. Now I want you to know how. Can anyone tell me how many advertisements they are running in this Facebook page? Can anyone tell me? Roughly lah. How many? A wild guess. How many can tell me how many campaign they are running in their Facebook page here? A wild guess. This is only in Singapore. I haven't talked about Malaysia yet. Okay. Anyone? Give me a wild guess. How many advertisements you think they are running in their page here? Who can tell me? Okay, a wild guess. Just put a number on the chat box. Let me know. 10K. Okay. 10K is 10 campaign. Oh, that's a lot, man. Campaign, based on campaign. How many advertisement they are running here? Not the budget. How many campaign they are running here? Anyone can tell me? Anyone can tell me? Give me an idea here. Okay, let me put a few examples here. I'm going to do a sign Darby one. Okay. I give an example like Sime Darby versus Property Lim Brothers. Property Lim Brothers is a sub-sales negotiator agency under in Singapore. So Sime Darby is a developers. Okay. So right now I'm taking a comparison of Sime Darby versus a sub-sales negotiator. Okay. Right. Sime Darby here. Okay. Give me a wild guess. Anyone can tell me. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna check on Sime Darby. Okay. On this one here, property here, Sime Darby. We do a quick check here. We choose ads here. We do it here. Sime Darby. Okay. Check. Double check. Sime Darby. Okay. Sime Darby is running at 200 advertisement per day. That means 200 campaign per day. So these are all the advertisements that Sime Darby is running. Okay. Sime Darby is running 200 advertisements. So they are your competitor. Okay. Now we take a look at this sub-sales agent in Singapore. Okay. How many ads they are running in this location? In their own location in Facebook. Okay. They're running at 210. So that means they beat Sime Darby by 10 advertisement. Okay. And see, most of the advertisements are what? Video format, correct? Yes or no? There's 210 advertisement in their account here. Basically, that means Sime Darby is running 200 ads per day. Then this here, they are running at 210 ads per day. So both of them are running. That means their ads more than 10 than Sime Darby developers. So why I say 200 advertisement for video is it can be done. Remember the cost of the video that we actually post out? Anyone can still remember that? How much we actually charging that? Anyone can tell? Well, how much is the cost? Yeah, we look into here. How much we are paying at 5 ringgit, right? Correct not? See yeah. Okay, what's the cost for one person here? 1 cent. Okay, that's the reason why we had to run the advertisement at it's a long life basis here to actually keep on exposing your listing to them. That's the reason why I said video content is very important, is keep on exposing to them. So if let's say this video here, we are running it at a price of 30 ringgit here. We put it 5 ringgit per day. We are running it almost a month. So 1 month we are paying 133 ringgit for so many advertisements at this price here. Is this a cost that is not so expensive to you? Yes or no? Right. 133 ringgit for satu bulan. Mahal tak? Not expensive, right? So we are actually exposing the listing to people. If they want, they come to us because we are actually showing the listing here. That's why you can see why would this negotiator post so many listings more than a developer? Why would a negotiator willing to spend this sort of investment on their page to show a listing to them? Because as I mentioned, if you sell a sub-sale listing, of course in Singapore the culture is different because each listing, if they can sell it, they get the commission. There's no rebut here. Okay, in Malaysia we have a lot of agent. 10 agent can sell one property, but if you get exclusive one, if you can actually do that, you can use this method to do it. Right, it actually gives you the costing line. I just mentioned there's one property at 300,000 risk per dana. You get a 1,000 ringgit for investment. You get a leads in your hand. You can actually follow up that. Then also you have closed a case to get 9,000 commission from there. So you're actually making 8,000 plus from there. So if you have closed any more deals from there, you can follow up. Then you get more deals. And it's just like a snowball effect, roll on and roll on and roll on. Okay, so these are the things that I want you to learn for the full course here. Of course, today is more on content sharing to share you what sort of content you can put it up to Facebook. So from there, think about the content first because most important, the content come first. If your content is right, then it's a time for you to run advertisement to them. If your content is not right, it's very hard for you to engage with audience because why? They tend to turn you away. They will turn away from you because you are approaching them in a different way. So approach them in a light and casual way, but related to your industry. Okay. So I'm gonna leave it, guys, to you. If those who really want to go for a full course, just go to the links shows by Terence before. The admin actually posted a link over there. Just fill it up. Come for a full course if you want to. Okay, the handbook will be given to you later. Once you fill up everything, there will be a handbook sending out to you guys. Okay, I hope you guys have a good time here. All right. If you have any question to ask, please ask me right now before we actually come to a wrap up here. Any more question anyone wish to ask here? Okay. Any more question that anyone wish to ask? Yeah. Please leave your question on our chat box. Okay. Please leave your question there. Okay. If there's no questions, so I will actually wrap up and I'll pass it back to Terence. Okay. So really thank you for you guys to give me this opportunity to share with you on what happened to Facebook in this year itself. And of course, for those who actually want to go for a full course here, please sign up yourselves in there. Then of course there will be a handbook giving out to you. All right. Thank you for all those who are actually coming in for today training here. It is very, very, very good training for you guys because it's 2 hours you're spending with me in Facebook here. Look at the screen here. I really appreciate all your time here. I hope you actually get some of the value that I've shared to you. From here, this is a time for you to think about what sort of content you should be posting on your page, right? And then only we'll talk about selling something. Remember, content come first, sell later, right? If people love what you share in your page as a content, then you can actually sell them something because they will get to know who you are first. Yeah, that's the first thing you must do. Okay, Terence, I'll pass it back to you. Thank you for your time here.
Thank you so much, SD. Maybe SD, you can share again on your outline of the course so that they have a clearer picture what they can expect on the full course. I think that
Yeah,
would be
sure, no
good.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, here you go. Okay, that
Okay.
would be the full the whole outline of it lah. Because we have to go through a 9 hours. Because today is too short to share everything lah. We're gonna kill everyone in 2 hours. So we're gonna break it into 9 hours. Well, that means 3 hours per night itself. So of course, each of this segment will come in a different way to share with you. So at least you get the whole idea how this setting works. Also, then we'll teach you how to do a good form to actually get more engagement from there. Whichever you see on my sharing on the site there is all on live. The Asians are doing it, some of my students are doing it. So I hope more Asians can actually get this knowledge to actually brand themselves in Facebook instead of just pure selling. Okay, this is important thing to brand themselves in Facebook. Get yourself back to the point. Map yourself back to the location. Then from there you can actually get all the audience comes to you. So in Malaysia, there's not anyone of us are doing it. There's no breaking through yet. So I think this is a good year for you to start. So this is where you need to actually look into Facebook social media marketing. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, ST. I'm sure all of you here actually learned some tricks and tips from ST, including me myself as well. So for those who are interested in attending a full course, do register yourself in the link in the comment section. Personally, I have also come across a lot of Facebook workshop, and it costs more than that. I think it costs a few thousands. But this one, because of the pandemics, all is on Zoom, and I think the timing also very good because it's at the night time, so after your dinner. So it'll be fantastic if you can attend. All right. So handbooks also will be provided as well. I think that's very value for money. Okay. So once again, thanks ST. All right. Looking forward tomorrow, everyone here. We have another session of sharing as usual every day 3 p.m. So would like to ask for a favor from people here as well to get feedback. Okay, do scan this QR code and give us feedback. Yeah. So thanks again. Stay tuned tomorrow 3 p.m. session. Okay. So once again, those who are interested in the full course, please click on the registration link in the comment section. Yeah. So take care, everyone. Happy Sunday. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.